Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Deltre, and we are back again with some more Berwick Saga. So in the last part we did a few side missions, and man, oh man, everything went wrong. Literally everything went wrong. It feels like every unit that I wanted to use either got killed that map, or got crippled. I missed the Hammerstone. Nothing went my way. Nothing came up Deltre, man. The only good thing to come out of all of that was that Faye got strength. Haha. I mean, logically, she must be better than Volo then, right? Volo hasn't got strength even a single time so far, and Faye did on her second or third level up, so she must be the better unit. Clearly. Clearly. Also, I have upgraded the patch to the most current version yet again, and this one's apparently supposed to go through the first mission of Chapter 4 now, so we're really getting there. It feels like there's been some crazy progress on this in the last little bit here. When we started, it was only up through Chapter 2, but now we're all the way up through Chapter 4, so like, that's crazy. But I have to say, it's kind of unfortunate in a way, because we're getting close to the end. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of this, guys, and that just, oh man. That's just really disappointing, because every time I play this, and every time I go back to look at the footage and whatnot, I always find something else to appreciate. And right now, I really just like the amount of detail that's put into every aspect of this game. I mean, obviously, there's the beautiful backgrounds and sprite animations and whatnot, but also like the fact that every single generic has their own thing going on. I think my favorite one is this Timmy Turner-looking dude with the buck tooth. I can't believe I let that guy get away. Yeah, man, next time you better make yourself a wish. Hope I don't send Axel after you, dude. Oh, my lord. I think we're going to go on to Chapter 3 today. We're going to go on to Chapter 3 today, and once again, people told me so many things. So many things. You guys are insanely helpful with this, because honestly, there's a lot going on in this game. There's just so much going on in this game. It'd be really hard to do this if you had no experience with this game. You know what I mean? Speaking of things you guys told me, though, apparently that mercenary that broke his sword on me in the last map was supposed to drop it, so that kind of sucks. That would have been really nice to have if I could have. Hey, chill, computer. Not only that, but I apparently should have brought Axel along for the combat training mission just because he can walk on water. He can walk on water, and I would have easily been able to get the Hammerstone if I had considered that, but I honestly forgot that he could do that. I'm not gonna lie. That would have made things a lot easier, though, no doubt. And there are also some other things that are going to become more relevant as we move along. So let's just get into it, eh? I fare pretty well, Tiana. Glad to be here. I'm ready to continue. Yeah, sure. It's kind of weird how of all the texts that she's had, that's kind of one that breaks the fourth wall. She's like, are you ready to continue with the storyline? Yes, I am, Tiana. Thank you. Your Majesty, I'm pleased to report that supplies have successfully been delivered to Mewen Castle. Your hard work is appreciated, Lord Reese. In addition, I bear a message from Duke Warrenheit of the Lowland for you, Your Majesty. Duke Warrenheit. Have we heard of this guy? Oh, tell me. After fierce attacks by the Empire's main forces, Mewen Castle will not be able to hold on for much longer. He urgently beseeches Your Majesty to send him reinforcements, lest the front line be lost. That Warrenheit, whining to me in such a way. Your Majesty, if I may interject, if Mewen were to fall, the Highlands and Lowlands would be overrun. The Empire's primary force would advance to Narvia's doorstep, and we are still woefully unprepared. And now with the disturbance in Borneo, we simply cannot afford to risk two fronts directly on our border. Is that so? Duke Roswick, your own daughter is the wife to Duke Warrenheit, is that not so? Are there no lengths to which you will not sink to save your own kin? Man, this guy! How dare you? Your Majesty, this is outrageous. Truly, it has become so difficult to find competent help in these trying times. Hey, that's my line. It was said that you and Duke Reed of Borneo were the backbone of Berwick League's forces. But now you both have revealed your true colors. This is absurd. Thrice now Borneo has refused to provide us with even a single soldier for His Majesty's army. What's more, scouts are reporting disturbing movements of troops along their borders with Narvia. What do you suppose it could all mean, Duke Roswick? After all, the two of you have been close friends for many years, is that not the case? Duke Reed is not the kind of man who would betray His Majesty. He has my complete confidence. However, the fact that Borneo's troops are moving suspiciously is troubling. I cannot fathom their intent. Can't you? It's quite simple, really. With Borneo, Narvia, and the Lowland Duchies' forces combined, their power would rival even His Majesty's. These three duchies have conspired to defect the Empire when the time is ripe. And what better time to stage a coup d'etat than when His Majesty's forces are away in the Highlands? I would not be surprised if the Empire has not even begun to siege there. You... Oh my god. Herman and Padolf are just like... They have no backbone. Like, I think that's what really gets on me about them. They just have no spine. They're just like so... They really do remind me of the Begnion Senators, like, so heavily. You can almost tell that maybe... Well, I know that supposedly Kaga left some notes behind at Intelligence Systems when he ended up leaving them to go off and do his own thing, where he ended up creating TearRing Saga in this game. And I know he left some notes behind. And in TearRing Saga, it was pretty obvious that they were drawing influence from some of the notes that he maybe had. And it ended up becoming Fire Emblem 7, right? Because if you look at TearRing Saga compared to Fire Emblem 7, there's a lot of weird coincidences between the two games, just in structure, in plot ideas and whatnot. So I'm almost wondering if maybe he didn't have an idea for, like, some corrupt nobles or something like that. And that became Herman and Padolf in this game, whereas in Fire Emblem 9, it became the Begnion Senators. It really wouldn't surprise me, because you can't help but notice the similarities. Herman, hold your tongue. Roswick is my most trusted retainer. The idea of him conspiring in such a way is unthinkable. More importantly, now is the time for action rather than arguing. If Warrenheit insists, I shall dispatch reinforcements to him. There we go, Vulcans. That's more like it. Roswick, send a messenger on ahead to Mewin. That a small battalion will be on its way soon. An NG, I wonder, will that be us? Probably. It will be done, Your Majesty. Lord Reese, I have no further duties for you at this time. You are dismissed. Thank you, Your Grace. I will take my leave. I will take my leave. Either or could work, but probably not both at the same time. Oh. It's Kesria, by the way. It's not Kesria. I don't know why I kept saying that. It's definitely Kesria, right? Actually, Lord Reese, Archbishop LeBeau has asked to speak with you when you have the opportunity. He will be waiting for you in his office at the temple. The Archbishop. Very well. I shall pay him a visit. And we're out of here. Okay, so maybe, I guess it's good that Vulcans has at least one stable mind in that group, right? Roswick seems like he's a good guy. At least from everything we've seen so far. So maybe there can be some kind of a stabilizing force at the very least, so we don't keep getting screwed with this bitch work, man. We had to kill bandits how many times now? Thank you for coming, Lord Reese. I have a favor to ask of you, if I may. If it is your Excellency's command, then I shall of course obey. I'm at your service. No, I'm in no position to give orders to you, Lord Reese. What I'm asking for is a favor. Oh? However, this request must be kept secret from His Majesty at all costs. He can never know of this matter. I understand. I will keep this strictly confidential. Good lad. Now then, what do you know of the Temple of the Apostle? And now apostles as well? Yeah, there's... Okay, alright. I know that it is a place for young clerics at the church to receive training, but nothing beyond that. As you may know, our apostle is rather different from the Pope of the Church of Rays. She does not hold absolute power, as the Council of the Archbishops serve alongside her to lead the church. However, she does control the final vote, and rightfully so, as the church truly does belong to her. Yes, I recall Apostle Silpa being called the child of the goddess back when Oh, come on! Okay, yep. I guess there's that theory confirmed. That is but a superstition. The apostle is descended from the bloodline of Saint Armgraz? Armgraz. In other words, her family is one of the few pure-blooded lineages dating back to the ancient Lesbarian Empire. I see. I'm afraid my studies have covered very little about the church's history. That is easily remedied. I shall summarize the basics for you. Over 600 years ago, most of our ancestors were former slaves to the fallen Lesbarian Empire. To escape invasion by the Empire's successor state, the Rays Empire's Saint Armgraz led the exodus to the west. Many thousands of people journeyed alongside him into the new lands, and they founded the city of Eltana. Oh, that name I have heard before. It's an old name for Valentine, is that correct? Indeed, you are correct. Eventually, Eltana became the capital of the Kingdom of Varia. Over the centuries, the teachings of Saint Armgraz. One day I'll get it, but not today apparently. Armgraz. Its founder became the scriptures of the Church of Varia. His descendants, the Apostle, have led and defended the church over the many centuries. I know that when my grandfather was a child, Apostle Lily Bront was renowned for her power. She drove away the forces of rays and established the Shining Knights to protect the people. Though my father said that throughout the Berwick League, the Apostle was both loved and feared immensely. I suppose it's only natural that such power would inspire that in people. The power of those with lads buried in blood has always been a source of fear and awe. It may very well be. It may very well always will be so. It may very well always be so. Perhaps that is just their lot in life as people. Regardless, the Apostle's the Apostle's power is a consequence of their bloodline. However, the current Apostle is but a simple, vulnerable girl. Okay, yep, the current Apostle. But the last members of the line of the Apostle were killed years ago. So this is literally just Sanaki then. So the world believes, at least. And now you may understand why this matter must be kept a secret. The Apostle lives hidden among the clerics at the Temple of the Apostle. The temple itself can be found in the Demia's Forest, also called the Forest of Spirits by locals. Her name is Sanashia Ville Bront. Ooh, a little close to the nose there. I've taken care of her as best as I could ever since the death of her mother, the previous Apostle. That's how this entire war with the Ray's Empire began. The assassination of the Apostle Silpha. Yes, that terrible tragedy of 14 years ago. Only her newborn child, Sanashia, survived. And she's 14? Come on! Over the past years, I have done everything in my power as Archbishop to keep her safe. As the only surviving member of the line of the Apostle, she is the Church's last hope. I will say it's a little bit strange that... So the Telia series is so heavily renowned for its excellent world-building and storytelling, right? And just all the political intrigue and whatnot, especially in Radiant Dawn, I would say, what with the Begnion Rebellion, more or less. And it's very interesting for me to see now that might not have been such an original plotline after all, when you stop and think about it, because we're seeing something very similar here, and I don't want to say necessarily rebellion and all that. It's not necessarily quite as political, but the basic concept is so similar that I can't write that off as a coincidence. I can't be the only one, right? And I will say that I'm glad we're actually getting a little bit more main storyline, right? It's been a little bit sparse so far. We've just kind of had a few missions to go out and do, but now we're actually getting down to the meat of it, and that's what I really like. I didn't really know where it was gonna go. Especially compared to TearRing Saga, where they just throw you into it, man. Right from the word go, you are learning everything. But things are definitely heating up here. As such, her existence has largely been hidden from the world, lest the Reyes Empire target her again. I assume it said something like that. I see. The problem is, over the last year, Demia's force has become overrun with despicable bandits. At the moment, she remains safely in the hands of her personal knight, but the situation is undesirable. I wish to bring her to the temple here in Navarone, where it will be safer. That seems like a wise decision. I take it that you wish for me to escort the Apostle here, then. For safety purposes, the Apostle will only correspond with certain trusted priests serving under me. Therefore, I will be dispatching 3 of them to deliver the message. What I'm asking you to do, Lord Reese, is escort these 3 priests to the temple in Demia's Forest. 3 messengers. Why not simply send 1? It's a long story, bud. They've known each other for years, and frankly, they all hate each other. But that means they'll compete against each other so that they'll see their mission through no matter what. Ah, smart man. I suppose that's one form of teamwork. Very well, I accept. The Synod Knights will take care of this request. Thank you, Lord Reese. Just know that these 3 men are very old and see it their way, or set in their ways. I must apologize in advance for the awful headache that they will inevitably cause you. Of course, here we go. God damn it. I understand. Leave it to me, Your Excellency. Oh, so it sounds like we're getting some characters here. Alright. I'm down. Welcome back, Lord Reese. Oh, more? A letter and a package have arrived for you here, Lord Reese. I've left them on the desk in your room for you. Cool. Let's do that. For sure. I feel like this Apostle character is going to be really important. Just something tells me. Read letters, okay. A special letter, but from whom? Hey, give me some stuff, too. Dearest brother, Reese. Reese has a brother? Huh. Dearest brother Reese, I received the kind letter that you sent me from your new base in Navarone. How are you doing? Are you getting used to your new surroundings? Navarone is a big city, isn't it? I imagine there are lots of beautiful women there as well. Oh man. That's putting it lightly. Woo! sweating just thinking about it. Just don't forget about your little sister while you're away. Man, Reese has this whole family, huh? But please, don't worry for my sake. These are just my selfish complaints. I just want you to know that you are loved and that your home is eagerly awaiting your return. As such, I write this letter with a smile on my face as I pray for your safety. Stennon has not changed much during your absence. It remains peaceful and calm, and the seasons pass by in the usual fashion. Father is joined with Duke Bernard on the front lines in Serenia, but he writes home often, which helps to ease the pain of his absence. That reminds me, Father has set aside 20,000 denarii for you. Yes! Yes! Finally, at long last. You know, something in the back of my mind told me that this was going to be a Thracia game, where there's just no money ever, but thank God I was wrong. Thank God. I'll include it with this letter when I send it to you. He hopes that it will be useful to you as you fight to prove our loyalty to His Majesty. I wish you success in all your endeavors in the campaign. May Mother Varia bless you in all that you do, that you may come home to me safely. With all my love, Lynette. Oh, he's got 2 sisters. Okay, I misread that. Or maybe just 1 sister. Okay, yeah, he has 1 little sister is what I'm getting from this. For some reason when I read that, I took it as him having a brother. I don't know why. But hey, that's nice. That's nice. And 20,000 denarii. Sick. About time too, because Ruby, god damn it. Oh, something weird that you guys told me is that due to the fact that mercenaries often require raising their happiness in order to fully recruit them, there's sort of a failsafe mechanic put into the game. So when they get crippled, they sort of, like, they gain some points of happiness, believe it or not. Like, oh yeah, break my arm, it hurts so good. Hurt me more, Snake. But I thought that was pretty funny and interesting to point out. And because of the fact that Ruby actually only got crippled on the final map of the previous chapter, it's almost kind of a benefit in a way. It almost kind of helps me out because now she gained happiness and I still didn't lose out on any experience or anything like that for her. So thank you for the person that pointed that out. That's an interesting little mechanic. I definitely wouldn't have guessed that on my own. Alright, so we got our main mission, but I'm sure there's a ton of other stuff. And indeed there is. Bows and arrows. The lake's lost. Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, it's Christine. No, it's Tiana even. Hello, hello. Huh, what? Teresa was accosted by bandits. Oh, no. Yeah, just a little while ago, she was in the neighborhood of the Temple of the Apostle, and she ran into them. She got away from them eventually, but ever since she got back, she shut herself up in her room. No doubt it was a dreadful experience for her. I don't want to imagine it, but maybe something happened that she can't talk to her father about. Oh, if something like that ever happened to my poor little girl, Calm yourself, Bluck. There's no need to panic over what may or may not have happened. You're right. Unfortunately, this is a Kaga game, so... Oh, no, you're right. You're right, Tiana. Lady Tiana, help. Please tell me you didn't do that to my little girl. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but would you be willing to try to talk to my daughter for me? Maybe she would feel more secure about talking to another woman about what might have happened. Oh, of course. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kaga, why? How many games is that in a row? Fire Emblem 4, probably Fire Emblem 5, TearRing Saga, Berwick Saga. If I were a betting man, Vestaria Saga too. Teresa. Please tell me he's just wrong. I can't do this kind of thing, man. Lady Tiana. I just finished speaking with your father. I couldn't stop them. Every game, dude. Like, why include? Did this need to be here? That's like the real question. Did this need to be here? Because now, because of the way I do these, I have to read this, and it's gonna make my stomach churn for one. But ultimately, does it add anything? Is there? You poor thing. It must have been awful. Oh, her mirror. Thank God. They took it from me and I'll never get it back. My mirror. Oh, what? Did you thought I was going to say something else? Deltre, no. Shush now. It's going to be all... Wait, your mirror. Wait. The old bait and switch. The old make you think it's a rape scene, but it's in reality, it's just a mirror. Ah, a classic one, Kaga. Yeah. That's right from the old book of tricks. Yeah, Cecily and I bought a matching pair of them. I dropped it when I was running away from those bandits. They were meant to be symbols of our eternal friendship, but now it's gone forever. What will I do if Cecily found out that I lost it? I don't want her to hate me. Teresa, are you serious? The bandits didn't actually manage to catch you? Huh? No, they never caught me. What? What did you think this was? TearRing Saga? Luckily, I ran into this local hunter who helped me get away. Oh, what a relief. Thank the goddess it wasn't anything serious. Wait, what did you think had happened to me? What do you mean by it wasn't serious? My friendship with Cecily is at stake here. I would have gone back looking for it, but it tumbled over the bluffs and into the Demius lake below. I probably got swept away and I don't know how to swim. Teresa. God damn it, Teresa. Look, I know what I can do. I'll ask Lord Reese if one of his soldiers can search around the lake. You will? You really mean it? Oh, thank you, Lady Tiana. I just pray that Lord Reese's soldiers do know how to swim, so I guess we're bringing Axel today. It is interesting how often that ability comes into handy. I'm not even touching that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Erzenheimer. Anything like Lenzenheimer? I don't know. I hope not. He looks very snooty, I must say. Can I help you? Could it be that you, just maybe. Huh? What's your deal? Do pardon me. I am called Erzenheimer. Pleased to meet you. Are you attempting to sell me something, Mr. Erzenheimer? No, I do not sell. I collect. Finding the most exquisite... Whoa, what just happened there? Sorry, I have my other computer on in the background and it's tweaking. Finding the most exquisite items from across the world is my greatest joy. Ah, I see, a collector. Quite so. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. Wait. So maybe he's looking for some items? Yeah, unfortunately not everything is finished just yet. Oh, apparently I do speak French. Mr. Erzenheimer, I do not have the free time to chat at the moment. Please excuse me. Turns out I'm a master of language. Just a moment of your time, please. I will get right to the point. Come, let us discuss this further at my home. Sir, I really must insist that It is not far from here, not at all. Come, yes, come. Quickly now. Alright, so I'm assuming he might be looking for some rare items or something like that. Oh, maybe he's about to tell me. What a beautiful spectacle. Indeed. How did I know? I could write these games, man. Indeed it is. Take a look at this, for instance. What? This glass pitcher is an artifact of the ancient Parthian civilization. Is it now? Just think of the artisanship they must have had in order to craft the erotic, smooth curves of this glass by hand. Yes, so erotic. Right. I really need to go. Jesus Christ. Hey! I got this off a merchant who had come on the Silk Road from the far eastern lands. When I grasped it and closed my eyes, yes, it's as if I was truly there. Oh, so erotic. Wait. I'm a brave warrior on the Orient, come to conquer the ancient empire. Mr. Erzenheimer, you have a lot of problems. I'm not your therapist. Mr. Erzenheimer! What was it? He's really into his art. I believe that you said you were going to get right to the point. Yes, how scatterbrained of me. As you can plainly see, my collection is vast and exquisite, but it is not even close to complete. I must have more, see more. My collection must be numerous as the stars themselves, can't you see? I can tell that you are quite the enthusiastic collector. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Yes, and one topic of peculiar interest to me is these recent months has been the Church of Rays. The Church of Rays? What I seek after right now is one of their coveted orbs of unholy magic. They call it Darkmend. Oh, and I could have gotten that if I was a little bit luckier. How very unusual. It is precisely because it is unusual that I must have it. The forbidden, the taboo, the eroticism. Stop with the eroticism. The ordinary people of this world could not have comprehended the passion that compels me so. Of course, I don't mean that you are one of those ordinary people, Sir Ward. No, not at all. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see you down there from up on my high horse. Ahem, Sir Ward. If perchance you come by one of the Razite cultist Dark Mend orbs, would you consider letting me have it? I don't know, man. It's a physics staff, right? And naturally, I will not ask you to do this without sufficient incentive. Let us say 2,200 denarii in exchange for a Dark Mend orb. Nah, 2,200 denarii? Are you full of shit? 5,000 denarii. Would that be insufficient? No, Ward, you're not good at this. How wealthy is this man? Such a sum of money would certainly be useful for our war funds. I accept. You have a dear, Mr. Erzenheimer. Wonderful. Thank you for your time, Sir Ward. Thank you indeed. I don't know, Dark Man though, that is a physics tab, but maybe Azurna can't use it because it's so warped and evil. And she's like the opposite of that. So, the legendary hunter. Let's just keep him rolling. I'm in deep trouble with the sudden urgent request that I got. Oh, what am I gonna do? Can't you ask the client to wait for even just one day? I would, but the client's the Duke. I wouldn't dare talk back to a man like that. Oh no. Sir Ward, could you do me a favor and listen to my friend's situation here? Huh? Ward is just like that guy. Is he having some sort of problem? It sounds like it. I'll let him explain. Sir. Okay. Is there anything I can do to help you, mister? My name's Naves. I'm a fur craftsman. A fur craftsman? Yes, sir. I largely do work for the palace. They hire me to make fur coats, fur trim on dresses, stylish rugs, that sort of thing. These aristocrats at the palace, their favorite is... Oh, those aristocrats at the palace, their favorite is antelope fur. Even His Majesty loves it. That's unsurprising. From what I hear, antelope fur is durable and has a brilliant sheen. You're quite right. However, antelopes are very skittish and devilishly hard to hunt. I generally only get the chance to work with an antelope fur maybe once or twice a year. I see. Yet another reason that their fur must be quite valuable. The problem is I just received a rush order from Duke Roswick and it has to be done with antelope fur. What short notice? To say the least, I was in trouble. So I called in a favor from a friend of mine, a master hunter. Oh? He's an old pal of mine. His name's Rodin, I guess. He promised he'd be able to get me an antelope skin within the month. The problem is, because it's such short notice, he had to go hunting in a pretty dangerous area. Has he found an antelope yet? I have no clue. Haven't heard from him ever since he left for the Demius Forest. Demius Forest, you say? That is a dangerous area, I hear. Oh, you know the area? I know it to be poorly defended, and the bandits and thieves are rampant. Come to think of it, perchance I can simply seek this hunter out myself. What? I cannot make promises. However, I will be going there on a mission. If I can, I will find this hunter Rodin and ask him how the hunt fares. Thank you. And if he's found one, is there any way you could bring it back to me? Certainly, if I can. Rodin is a master hunter, so he'll likely be hiding himself in the forest on the lookout for game. He may be hard to spot unless you get very close to his position. Thanks again, and best of luck. Alright, so we're just getting all kinds of side quests again. And I the more I think about it, the more I really like that. Because it adds more to do in the main storyline mission. And I imagine that most of these side quests are pretty standard. Maybe we don't get so many side objectives for those. Other than the ones that are just on the map, you know what I mean? But this stuff right here is really cool and it adds another layer to the main mission. And I really like that. Alright, one more. Arena's Wish. Hey, it's the waitress. It's the waitress, yeah. What could she possibly have to say? Esteban. Now there's a recruitable character if I ever saw one. Well, maybe not. I don't even know what to think. I'm just gonna hold my assumptions. Don't try to stop me, Arena. This isn't what Mother would want you to do. If you become a murderer, the goddess may never forgive you for it. The goddess? What has the goddess ever done for us, huh? If I don't start making money soon, the flies in our latrine are gonna start going hungry. When Father comes home from his work overseas, I'm sure he'll... Don't kid yourself, Arena. How many years has it been since we went abroad? That bastard's never coming home. Yeah, kids, I'm just going out for a bag of smokes. I'll be right back. Okay, Dad. Esteban. He'll get that pack of smokes. So, that's really depressing. Oh, she's having like a flashback. Ah! You alright, Arena? Sorry about that, Christine. Well, whip you up something else. Oh, good. Tell me what she likes. Sure, no rush. Arena's in your hand, okay? I hope you didn't get burned. Is your hand okay? She's in your hands, yeah. Yes, I'm fine. Sorry for disturbing you. Ow!
That's a burn, all right. Arena, I'll take care of the split. You go soak your hand in the well out back. You got it?
Yes, ma'am. So she's, like, dealing with her own thing, too. Something troubling her?
It's all her block-headed brother's fault.
Arena has a brother? I'm saying. I'll never get why some siblings always fight so much. I hope they make up soon.
Little fights break up pretty often among her and her brothers. There's 7 kids in all.
Oh, God. Yeah, 7. Oh, goodness.
They used to be a farming family out in one of the nearby villages. When the war broke out and bandits started moving in, they had to move here to the city. City life might be safer than living out in the country, but it still can be a rough life.
How do you mean?
Finding a job here ain't easy. Her father went off to find work abroad, but he never came back. The poor mother just worked herself to exhaustion just to feed her kids. She lies sick in bed now most days. Now it's falling on her oldest kid, Esteban, to support the household.
Such an unfortunate situation is sadly common in these days, isn't it?
You said it. Arena's a good girl, though. I've got no complaints about how good she works here, or whatever. I've got no complaints about the good work she puts in here. But that idiot Esteban, somehow he got it in his head that he'd be better if he left town to find work too. But he hit rock bottom. The only people out there that would take him were the bandits and demias.
Oh dear. It's no wonder that Arena looked so out of sorts then.
That poor fool Esteban's got to be stopped before he gets himself hurt. Got any ideas how we can help her out, Christine?
I have a few ideas. Maybe if we deploy Christine on the next map, then. Miss Maribel, please. Miss Christine, please forget about what you just heard. I can handle things myself. I'm going to make sure that everything is taken care of. Arena, how exactly are you going to take care of everything without another source of income? You don't have any idea, do you? Arena, leave your brother to me. I'll find him and bring him back. So until then, don't do anything hasty, alright? Is she saying what I think she's saying? You tainted me with Cecily, and now we're actually saying that she's considering, like, prostitution? Is that what? Oh my god.
Arena, don't be absurd. This voice is really not appropriate for this scene. You shouldn't even consider doing such a thing. You're not going anywhere. You can pull through this. I know it. Let Miss Christine help you. We won't let things get any worse.
Alright. Please, Christine. Please save my brother. I think that that's the implication there, right? And now 3 more. Jeez Louise. I have to say, I really appreciate the fact that all of these NPCs seem like they have their own thing going on. It makes the world feel very alive. And you know what it reminds me of in a way? It reminds me of Majora's Mask. I don't know if anybody else out there is really familiar with the Zelda series, but essentially in that game, you can complete it insanely quickly. There's only like 4 or 5 things that you have to do, but the reason that the game is so lengthy and the reason that a lot of people sort of came around to it these days is because all of the side characters have their own personalities, they have their own backstories. The world feels very alive. The world feels very alive through all the different NPC interactions that you have in that game. And I feel like this game is sort of going that route, where apparently because there's only 15 mainline missions, you could breeze through this game. You could blow through this game super quickly if you knew what you were doing. But what really adds a lot of the charm, for me personally so far, what really adds a lot of the depth is the side characters, the world building, all the optional stuff you can do. And I love that approach. That is just so cool to me. Because in what other game would the bartender or the waitress, what other game would the waitress be an actual character and not just some prop to give you stat buffs? You know what I mean? And we have 3 more. All right, pirate and girl. Talk to me, Axel. We really don't know much about this guy at all. Almost nothing, really. Michelle, welcome home, Daddy. Daddy? Excuse me? Oh. I'm sorry, I mistook you for somebody else. You smell like the open plains just like he does. Somebody get this little kid. She's freaking me out, man. Daddy, do I look that old? Shell, the sun will be setting soon. Please come inside. Ah, Lord Reese, how good to see you. Oh, I guess this would explain why Axel's always hanging around here. So what's the deal? Is that Axel's kid? I'm sorry to disturb. You're not a girl, Reese. I'm sorry to disturb you at supper time. What you're cooking smells wonderful. Want to have dinner with us? It's my personal stew. Sister Maria, you should show Lord Reese respect when you address him.
Yes, ma'am. Forgive my rudeness, Lord Reese.
I don't know, is Reese really that kind of person? I still don't know how to read this guy.
I don't mind at all. I would love to join you for dinner. By the way, who is that little girl? She seems to have mistaken me for someone else. Ah, that's little Miss Ciel. As you may have already gathered, she's blind.
I thought so. Oh, actually, I didn't, so I feel kind of dumb.
It's so sad, the poor girl. Children her age should be able to run about freely without care. 2 years ago, a local fisherman found her washed up on the shores of the bay. He brought her here and we nursed her back to health as best we could. But her sight never did return. The Archbishop believes it was from being exposed to the elements when she was adrift at sea for so long. For many weeks after she recovered, she wouldn't speak a word to us, but eventually she opened up to us. She told us her name and that the ship she'd been on had been attacked. This daddy, whom she mentioned before, is he not her real father? No, she has no living family. That man, Axel, was found in the same way that little Shell was. We were simply on a walk by the wharf, and we were shocked to find an unconscious man on the beach. But even more shocking was how devotedly Shell looked after him. She was desperate to ensure that he made a full recovery. Curious, is it not? A blind girl nursing an unconscious man back to health.
Better than the setup. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. I wanted to see what he had to say about all this. Oh, well, can't really be helped. Again, very early beta build. I understood that. ... Okay. So unfortunately this scene doesn't look like it's fully completed yet. I don't want to skip anything though, because what we saw earlier that some of the scene had been translated, whereas some of it had not. So I'm assuming that, I guess that's it. But I'm assuming that with some scenes, there might have been some priority to get the most important information across. And I can see that. That makes sense from like a workload standpoint, right? Make the game as playable as you possibly can, and then worry about the details. Makes sense to me.
Tiana, good afternoon. Are you here studying something? Oh yes, I am. I come here every day to read what I can for my research. Research, you say? Are you a student at the university here in Navarone?
Oh, it's a university town?
No, I'm from a small country to the far east. I heard Navarone had an extensive library, so I traveled here.
He hesitated a little bit. Is he from the Empire?
Interesting. How dedicated of you. What topic are you researching that you'd come all the way here? It's history. People tell me that it's odd, but I find the ancient world much more interesting than modern day. That is a rather odd thing to say. Do you find the modern world dull? Not dull exactly, but it's nothing without the history that led to it. Just consider this. The Berwick League has been in on and off wars with the Empire for almost 500 years. This fight has gone on so long, it's just accepted as a fact of life. But why is it even happening? If you ask me, it's because both sides have developed their own warped fantasies about historical facts. Warped fantasies? You think the Kingdom of Varia is lying to its people? Not lying per se, but repeating tales they don't realize aren't true. Tell me, what do you think of the Ray's Empire as a Varian citizen? We try not to think about it. Those who have been there say it's just an awful place with no justice. But if we don't defend ourselves against the Empire, they'll surely kill us all. Is that so? The citizens of the Ray's Empire say the same thing about the Berwick League. They fight to protect their families from certain death at the hands of your merciless soldiers. But that's absurd! I agree, it is absurd. But the Berwick League is no better than the Empire in this regard. It would be easy to stop the war, but both sides are so misguided and afraid that they can't even see it. And that's because neither of them understands the full truth of how this conflict even got started. I want to act as an outside observer, looking at history with an unbiased eye to discover the truth. Maybe then, when I've uncovered that ancient history, I'll be able to help the modern world in some way. How inspiring! May I ask your name? It's Almeth. Almeth, I'm glad I was able to meet you and learn a bit about your research. I hope I can learn more from you in the future, Mr. Almeth. Oh no, Almeth is just fine. Although one day I do hope that I will be able to introduce myself as Professor Almeth. And you are, Madame? Ah, forgive me. My name is Tiana. I serve as a secretary to Lord Reese of Sinan. In that case, well met, Lady Tiana. Indeed, the same to you, Almeth.
So that's really interesting. So this is already kind of setting this up as sort of a gray area situation, right? Not exactly what I would call black and white. And I like that as a sort of realistic viewpoint on this, because there's always two sides to every story, right? As they say, history is written by the victor more often than not. And like, to just assume that one side is batshit evil, or just like cartoonishly evil, or whatever you want to call it, just wouldn't make a lot of sense in most situations. It's not very realistic. But it's also interesting in the sense that people on one side tend to perceive the other side as being 100% in the wrong, as in people here at Neveron see the Ray's Empire as a bunch of evil fiends, whereas over there it's vice versa. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I feel like that's a lot more real. I think that's a lot more reasonable than to just say the Ray's Empire bad, Berwick League equals good, you know what I mean? And that's kind of got me curious, so what is the actual cause behind this conflict then? Because we're not even really sure as the player either, as far as I'm aware. Or maybe I'm dumb, maybe I missed something, but I think we're just as in the dark as they are. I'm curious, General Ward, who is Lady Lynette?
Ah, you saw Lord Reese's letter, did you?
I only happened to see her name on the envelope. Is she a family member of his?
That is a difficult question. Is she not?
Because that's what Should I not have asked?
No, it's just a delicate matter. Not even Lord Reese knows the whole truth of it. Lady Tiana, would you be willing to keep this conversation a secret from Lord Reese?
Surely you should not be keeping secrets from your own liege. If it is that kind of secret, I believe I may be better off not knowing.
The truth can be quite painful, milady, especially when it comes to those close to you. Margrave Burnstall ordered me to keep the full truth of the matter hidden from everyone until the right time.
Is it truly such a terrible secret that even Lord Reese must be kept in the dark?
Is she is one of them like a bastard child? Maybe? I believe Lord Reese should know, but Margrave Burnstall feels differently about the matter. Regardless, Lady Lynette is...
Not another word, General Ward. I do not want to hear of this.
Please, milady, hear me out. I've been holding on to this secret for so long. I need someone I can talk to regarding this matter. Besides, I've said too much now, so you're already my accomplice in this betrayal of Lord Reese.
Why you? And if I let slip this dark secret of Lord Reese, what then?
As I would not have personally told Lord Reese anything, my promise to Margrave Burnstall would have been kept.
And either way, I would still be your accomplice, is that it?
Yes, we are in this together now. Haha, gotcha. That was my whole reason for telling you this much. Forgive me.
Ah, clever. Very well, I will listen, but I do not like this.
I understand. The truth is, Lady Lynette is the rightful Duchess of Serenia.
The Duchess?
Yes, and there's...
Wait, so she's... I think I need more information.
Yes, and there's that particular fact that Lord Reese does not know. Lord Reese believes she is a common girl orphaned by the war.
Why would Margrave Burnstall keep such a secret from his son?
Allow me to explain. 2 years ago, Serenia's Duke Louvet, yeah, I guess Louvet, was betrayed and murdered. Count Piers, the Duke's vassal, usurped power and sided with the Ray's Empire. He ordered the Duke's entire family to be executed, but thankfully, Lady Lynette was rescued by her servants.
He had her entire family killed.
In order to eliminate any threat to his stolen authority, he wanted to eradicate all legitimate heirs. If he ever learned where Lady Lynette had escaped to, he would certainly send assassins after her.
Even so, is it truly necessary to keep this secret from Lord Reese? That's the part I don't really understand.
It's more complicated than something. After Lady Lynette was rescued, she was brought to Margrave Burnstall. She was in the depths of despair, and he took pity on her, choosing to adopt her as his own daughter. However, as an heiress to one of the ducal houses, Lady Lynette holds a rank higher than even Lord Reese. The Margrave's idea was that she and Lord Reese would grow together like any ordinary brother and sister. But he was worried that if his son knew of her true parentage, he would have difficulty accepting her as family.
Okay, that makes sense.
However, as fate would have it, this created yet another problem. With nothing to divide them, the two of them have become exceedingly fond of another. Oh, nope. And there it is. They become exceedingly fond of each other. Exceedingly fond of another. It's quite ironic. Get out of here!
That is complicated.
I believe Lord Reese was a valuable emotional crutch for her in the trying time after losing her family. Now they've become near inseparable. Margrave Burnstall was at his wit's end before finally accepting it.
I understand. I will help you keep the secret for the time being.
Thank you, Lady Tiana. It has been cathartic simply to talk about this with you.
However, I want you to do your best to help Lord Reese in this campaign for Lady Lynette's sake.
Of course, I cannot... Something. She would be sad. I can't imagine the pain she would endure if Lord Reese did not return home.
Something like that, I assume. Context clues.
Speaking of context clues, I think that Reese and Lynette may be a little bit too close there.
Now, I know that technically they're not related, and they're aware of that, but that's still just such a Kaga thing to do. God damn it. Wow, that was a lot. That was so much. Oh, I feel like we learned a lot there, though, especially about a lot of these side characters. That's really cool. That's really cool. I really wish other games would do this. So I guess all that's left to do is prepare for the battle and get ourselves some mercenaries. Ruby, I'm so sorry. And Dean, my man, how's your arm? Yeah, we just got 20,000, so let's pick up a few of these guys. Dean, obviously, gotta level him up still. Sylvis probably wants to be here. And apparently there's some kind of event I can get if I bring Faye. So let's bring Faye. Yeah, that's right, Volo didn't get no event, so that's 2 points for Faye. As far as I'm concerned, and I really want to get both Ruby and Arthur, but I really also don't want to spend all of my money. So I think Arthur may have to sit this one out, even though he's very good. I'm starting to realize that he's quite good, and he can also use medium shields, as opposed to small shields, so he can be very, very tanky. He can be very, very tanky, and he has a horse, and he has one of my horses actually. So I'm gonna bring him because he has one of my horses. Damn it! So it's just Kramer. Kramer's here by himself, poor guy. And Kramer's good too. Like I feel like I want to use everybody in the Mercenaries Guild right now, and we gotta get Axel too. Can't forget him. Yep, as I figured, there's actually a bunch of new crap that we can buy. I don't know how good this is actually going to be, but I do actually want to bring Zen on the next map either way. Oh, she can't use this just yet? Oh, it's rank 4. Hello. But it costs like nothing. Oh, and there's even a special line. This is a little bit tough for you to use. Do you want to buy it anyway? Cool. I'm going to give it to Zen, though, because theoretically, there should be some searchable tiles on the next map. And I want to have 2 people that can do that, because one is going to be in the water. We can almost guarantee. But the other one, I might have to find that hunter guy, right? So, or having multiple characters that can search tiles could be a good idea, you know what I mean? Does the menu for this actually change? Like, yeah, it definitely does. Well, that's kind of neat. Fried rice. I don't know about you, Christine. You've really been breaking my balls, lady. It's all right. Yeah, I've had better. Orb skill up. Why does that help me? Dean. Big Dean. We already know. That chicken stew. Let's go. Order up. Yep. I guess it's fine. Not you too, Dean. Oh, experience rate up though. That's actually sick. Doesn't he have to be like level 10? That can happen? Wait. And I also see that Ruby is not here. So I guess we're feeding Faye. Wait, that's my own fault though. That's my own fault. I'll bet anything that Axel would like the flounder, right? He seems like a seafaring kind of guy. The minestrone, a hearty pork soup with loads of onions and carrots, served with bread to soak up the broth afterwards. Ooh, scallop millionaire. That sounds, what? Scallops served in a sauce of butter, parsley, and lemon. Recommended to go with a white wine. I'll bet Faye likes her some white wine. Let's go. I'll bet anything. Seems like a classy lady. Seems like this kind of... Seems like a classy lady for sure. It's quite decent, but I've had many similar dishes back in my homeland. In other words, you suck, Deltre. Okay. 5 hit, 3 HP. Maybe now she can take 2 hits. That'd be pretty nice. She had a lot to say, too. She broke down exactly why I suck. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, but I've had this 20 different times today. So, you know, thanks for that. God damn it, Faye. All of my people just suck. That's what I've realized. But at least it lasts for the entire chapter, so there's always that. Other than food, though. Yeah, other than food, I think we're ready to go. An hour into the video. Cool. Yep, that's fine. Let's go for chapter 3. What's this called now? Chapter 3, the 3 priests. Makes sense. So it's an escort mission, we know that much. This is a huge map, holy. Golly, we can bring so many characters though at least. Just look at this is expansive. This is huge. I imagine that they're gonna try to go here. But let me guess, they don't like to work together, so they're all gonna take a different route, right? So I can't just... Well, I guess we'll see, but that would be my first assumption. We gotta be on the lookout for a few things here. So here's one tile that we want to hit for sure. So some of these guys have hide. Gotta look out for that. But doesn't Axel negate that? No, does he? No, I don't think he does. I thought I had somebody who had the skill that could negate that. Oh no, some mounted enemies, but he drops a thin horse if I kill him. Unfortunately, it is kind of lame that by killing this guy and taking his horse, my unit's gonna get nerfed for the rest of the map by losing 3 speed and 5 avoid. The point being, carrying around a horse is not a very good idea. Agvin. I think this is another bounty, which is good. A command, plus 10 hit to allies with 3x's battle cry. No, not this again. So even though he has the sham shear, he's not gonna drop it for me because he's a bastard. And he's gonna get stupidly strong. But somebody told me about the battle cry skill. It actually only counts for the first battle, whether they can retaliate or not. So if I can just attack him from range, he'll completely lose all of his buffs. Yeah, there's another searchable tile down here. Yeah, I guess we're as good as we're ever gonna be. So I didn't really see a boss on this map besides that bandit guy. The central road is the quickest and most direct route to the temple. Come, let us be off. Nice little cutscene here. The central road? That road takes us by the lake where the highwaymen dwell. The southern road is much safer. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. They're all gonna dispute it. It is safer, but it is also far too out of the way to be expedient. Let us make a compromise. We can go the north, on the road passing through the valley. Her Eminence is in danger. We must not tarry any longer than is absolutely necessary. We must prioritize her own safety first if we want to save her. What point is there in coming if we cannot make it to her alive? Cease this pointless bickering. We must make a decision. Obviously, the northern road is best, as it is moderately quick and safe. Do you not agree, Lord Reese? I do not know the region well. I leave the decision to you three. Yep, and they're gonna split up, no doubt. That's interesting, though, if that's the case. That certainly makes this a lot more tricky. Especially if I want to save all 3 of these dudes. I know what you're doing, Grim. You're just trying to get out there before me so you can take all the credit. You've always been like that, trying to steal all the attention for yourself. I still haven't forgotten what you pulled back in the day. Oh, not this again. You're never gonna let me live that down, are you? It was 37 years ago, Sokolin. 37 years! What are you two arguing about now? We don't have time for this. If you two are gonna stay here and yell each other's ears off, I'll just go on ahead. Short-tempered as always, I see. Don't count on me to save your skin when you get attacked by thieves. Lord Reese, I'll be taking the northern road through the valley. It's the only logical choice to make. I'm not going anywhere with Grim, the stubborn old fuel. He hasn't changed a single bit since the old days. Do what you want. I don't care. It's none of my business if you get yourself killed on the way. I'd rather do this by myself anyway. Aha, so you admit it. Finally showing your true colors, eh? If I can get there first, Her Eminence will surely look upon me favorably. This could prove to be a golden opportunity to show these two who's really top dog. Sokolin, Grim, I'm heading off. Come along if you wish. And away they go. These guys. Okay, well, wait! Alright, so good. Curse you! I think we should be able to do that just fine, because I needed to basically go to all of these points on the map anyways if I wanted to get all the rewards. This is rather troubling, Lord Reese. I agree. It seems that if we want to protect all 3 of them, we will have to split up into groups. It's regrettable, but if these old men won't listen to reason, then we'll just have to manage. For now, we gotta focus on protecting them from any bandits prowling about. I agree. And that's another reason I wanted to bring Zin here, by the way, because she was the one I was thinking of with that watchful ability. And she'll probably also be useful to find that hunter guy, right? Because they made it seem like he probably has the hidden status. Oh, where'd it go? What's wrong? That mirror's gotta be around here somewhere. A mirror? What, like a hand mirror? Yeah. What do you need a mirror for? You're not winning any awards for that ugly bug of yours. Ha, got him. Nah, man, that girl from before dropped it. It was a real nice one, too. All pretty and shiny. You know the kind, yeah? No, not really. I don't know, maybe? More importantly, why are you settling for a mirror when you could have caught the girl, huh? Hey, I would have if I could have. If that damn old man hadn't been there, I definitely could have. Oh, an old guy was there. That changes everything. That's pretty funny. Oh, damn it, where'd that mirror go? Just forget about it, man. If it fell in the lake, there's no getting it back now. Oh, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Cecily's friendship is on the line. Alright, you already know how this is going. Ruby, go! And she actually does good enough damage that Reese can finish his guy off. If I connect, which I probably won't. Oh, I do. Nice one, Ruby. I'm sorry I doubted ya. They're gonna come for Albert immediately. Let's watch this. Let's watch Albert tear it up. Well, maybe. Maybe. If I get crit, that would really suck, I have to say. Ah, damn it, Albert. Damn it, Albert. Oh, well. Oh, he's really not even gonna care. Oh, really? That didn't take very long. Ah, stop it, man! I'm just an old guy, leave me alone! Oh, wow, they can really just blast through that water as well. So, that wasn't very good. We want to make sure that we're being a little bit more careful than that, I think. But to be fair, really, I had to kill this guy in one round if I wanted to prevent that. And these guys aren't stupidly frail, apparently. He has heal and hellfire. Hello, so these guys are rocking some magic here. Miracle, let's use or evade a deadly hit more easily. Increased chance to dodge lethal blows. Specifically, if a hit will kill this unit, reevaluates hit with the enemy's hit rate decreased by 10. Okay. So it's nerfed, but it's always active. It's always active. And this guy's a miracle charm. Negates one lethal hit will break after use. Hey! Glad to see that come back from TearRing Saga. That was always a pretty cool item. You can do some really wild stuff with that. I think that's how he killed Julius, actually. And he also has miracle. I wonder, will they even bother to heal me? Oh, I didn't even notice this. It actually adds your light skill percent. So he's actually a 13% better healer, so maybe his earner doesn't suck in the long term. Yeah, I didn't even notice that little bit. Yeah, I guess we're doing this. He can use the killing edge, though, which is pretty cool. Oh my god, Reese! If only he benefited from his own aura, you know? You know, honestly, Zen can blow this guy away. No lie. I don't know why I'm feeding experience to Zen. It's probably a terrible idea, but if she gets the roll. Come on, Zen. She did not get the roll. Sad, unfortunate, but she has a depth for some reason, so we take him out. Nice. Just because it's amusing to me, man. Just let me have this. Here they come. Honestly, man, let's just go in with Albert. This guy is a monster and a half. That dude is a beast. And the broadsword actually has a critical chance. So we might be able to land one of those. No, we're actually going to miss, in fact. He misses as well, so here comes the round 2. There we go, 16 damage. Hey, sword skill up. Cool, cool. Oh, I found a thief. So I also noticed that the NPCs seem like they also follow the same turn rules. So because there's so many enemies and there's so many of us, they get the least amount of turns by far. What's going on here? Where did he come from? I guess I'm just blind. That was a huge hit, man. And apparently, the more damage you deal in a single hit increases your chance to do injuries or cripples. So basically, if you can hit somebody for a very large percentage of their health, you have a really good shot of injuring or crippling them, which is neat. It makes sense. It's pretty logical, I have to say. Well, with the Bronze Arrow Plus, we actually have a fairly decent shot here for Christine. Let's go. Oh my god, it never stops. And apparently, yeah, Sylvis is, I wouldn't say pre-promoted necessarily, but she doesn't actually have a promotion. So she's already, like, she's really good right off the bat, but she's not going to get anything besides her own level ups to make her any better, you know what I mean? Not that she needs it. Jesus Christ, that lady's insane. Yeah, desperation is definitely the way. Oh my god, Dean! And he shouldn't double either. He does. Wait, what am I missing? I thought he needed to be faster. Maybe not. I killed him and he lost his grip on his equipment. Yeah, I think that goes without saying, Dean. Jesus. Level 6, though. Hit points. Speed. Hey. Not bad. Not bad, man. Of course I got injured. Oh, it was telling me that I lost my grip on my equipment. Weird how I still finished him off just fine, though. Yeah, I can hear hidden enemies moving around all over the place. It's an interesting mechanic. It's an interesting mechanic, I'll say that. But it could definitely have some really annoying implications. Well, I guess that's not true, but I was thinking I could, like, scout for enemies by moving through the forest tiles. You know, advanced war styles, man. Just cheese it. Just cheese it. Yeah, he has a throwing axe, so there's not a whole lot I can do against this guy. Do your worst. It's Axel, man. Okay, that was pretty bad. 10 damage is no joke. And what's going on here? Almacus. What's the situation, Vermont?
I persuaded the local bandits to attack the temple several times, but they have been unsuccessful thus far. Each time, the apostle has escaped our grasp due to continued meddling by a variant knight.
That damned shining knight. I never imagined that any of them survived their king's purges.
I can only reason that we must act directly if we were to capture the Varian Apostle with any certainty.
I cannot allow that. We must keep ourselves hidden until His Holiness orders otherwise.
But Cardinal Almachus, if we simply leave that knight to her own designs, could it not be disastrous for us?
Huh, who are we talking about? And he can just teleport. Chaos? Okay, I will deal with that irksome woman personally.
Oh, Master Chaos.
Almachus, surely you have better things to be doing than dawdling about here. Borneo requires your attention. Due to your negligence, their troops have yet to make their move. Chaos, you may be His Holiness's personal knight, but I am still a cardinal of the church. You will never address me in such an impudent manner again, won't I? And how exactly do you plan on stopping me? Ugh. I feel like this guy is a badass, right? Like he can just fry this guy if he felt like it. I've already made arrangements with regard to Borneo. Everything will be taken care of. The Bornean Duke is already caught in our trap. He's a dead man walking. By the next month's end, an invasion of Narvia will begin. The Duke's son Vester is investigating the army for rumors of spies, I hear. What will you do about him? As I said, all has been accounted for. You needn't concern yourself about Borneo, Chaos. You say so, but I do not know what might happen should you fail. It could end very poorly for you. Do not concern yourself about the little girl hiding in the temple. Return to Borneo and do your job. As you wish. I will oversee operations in Borneo. I leave the rest of this to you. Now things are heating up, so they're gonna try to assassinate the Apostle, basically. And they already know of her location, so we should probably hurry. Pompous fool. What's up with that guy? Vermont.
Yes, Master Chaos. How can I be of service?
There appear to be a platoon of knights escorting 3 heretic priests to the temple.
I have made local bandits guard each of the roads to the temple, but if the knights interfere, I cannot guarantee.
Then you will deal with these interlopers yourself.
But Master Chaos, that will mean leaving this building undefended.
Undefended? Impudent fool! Am I not here? Do you doubt my ability?
No, Master Chaos. Forgive me for suggesting something so absurd.
Okay, this guy is clearly high up on the pecking order. You will go immediately. Kill every last one of those heathens.
Yes, thy will be done.
Who is this guy? He's like shrouded in mystery. With the divine blade in my hand, I am unstoppable. Even the Pope will one day bow to the enormity of my power, and this world will be mine to rule. Who the hell is this guy? Oh, nope. And let me guess who's gonna go right next to this guy, right? One of those asshole priests is no doubt gonna make his... Oh my god.
Every one of them must die. Those are Master Chaos's orders.
Alright, so we gotta see those.
After many months of searching, I finally caught the trail.
You will not escape me,
Black Knight!
I will reclaim with my own hands what you stole from Father.
Faye? No, you won't. No, you will not. You definitely will not be doing any of that. Counter can counterattack even if damaged. Robust, cannot be injured or crippled. Celerity, imbue, recover some HP instead of moving.
Woo! Woo! Look at this guy.
Jesus Christ, mate. 31 attack, 20 defense, 110 hit. That's more than anything I've ever seen in this game. That much we know. 16 magic, 23 strength, 22 speed, 5 movement, 51 avoid. The Varia, it's actually not that strong, but it does reduce all incoming damage by 2/3 clearly. Yeah, let's not mess with this guy, I think. Yeah, let's probably not do that. Let's probably not do that. Did you hear me, Orbital? Let's probably not do that. Alright, so this definitely got infinitely more complex, without any doubt.